Peace, we're gonna build on these Supreme Mathematics. And I was building on September 11th stuff that was a little too long. Yeah, I'm laying in bed. I'm took off from work. So yeah, today's Supreme Mathematics. It's knowledge, all being born to wisdom. Knowledge and know look is deserved, respect, knowledge, body, accumulate facts. I'm not gonna get on it, all right? Wisdom, because I want to make this wisdom manifestation, one knowledge, ways, and that's when you make it. We know all that. You walk and talk. Plus, I don't want to give away too much stuff. That's where you manifest your knowledge. So, if we say knowledge, we also talking about building on. I'm using the supreme alphabet, he and her. Male and female. So I'm not speaking in bad grammar. I know how to speak proper grammar. So we say, when he has knowledge and her has knowledge, our wisdom should be alike. He has knowledge and her has knowledge. That's that knowledge. He has knowledge and her has knowledge. Our wisdom, keep it tuned to mathematics, should be alike. Which is born a kingdom of love, peace, and happiness, which is coming up. And we get to the supreme alphabet. When he has knowledge, her has knowledge, that knowledge. Now wisdom, which is the mathematics, should be everything coincides. Math, alphabet, days degree, everything correlates, everything coincides. We keep it tuned in reality, which we're gonna get to also. All this. That's why we say you don't change these degrees. You don't change degrees. First, it's our history. You don't change history. It's history. That's the way it was. That's the way it was. It's our history. If you want to add on with your own self-style wisdom, that's peace. If it's righteous, it's right and exact, and it's righteous, it brings you love, peace, and happiness in your kingdom, which is all. There you can add on, but we don't change this, our history, our founder. We these degrees just the way they are. We don't understand this mathematical theology, because that's what a lot of this is also. It's a lot and you don't understand, most people don't understand the mathematical. I say mathematical theology, I ain't talking about nothing spooky or mysterious, nothing external outside of stuff. We're talking about the mathematics of God, you, the original man, our mathematical theology. That's what we talk building on. No, that's we're mathematical. We're mathematical theology. The universe is mathematical theology. God. That's what this is. No beginning, no ending. All right, just get your understanding up. We don't change these lessons or anything, these degrees. All right, so yeah, so what we talking about? That's that knowledge. That one and that one. We don't see how these mathematics don't lie. We don't change these degrees. Now we go to today's supreme alphabet, the 11, the 1 and 1, which is K, king. See, God's the king of kings, original man. God's the king of kings. See, God's the only true king there is. God, the only true king there is, original man. See, the ruler of a kingdom is the equivalent of God. The ruler of a kingdom is the equivalent. We're talking the ruler of a kingdom. We're talking about the man, you, the ruler of a kingdom. Self, father, he. Self, father, he. Just the ruler of a kingdom. You control your universe, man, woman, and child, and bring that love, peace, and happiness in your kingdom. See, the ruler rules because he's wise and just. That's why the ruler rules the kingdom. He's wise and just. He knows the ledge of his knowledge. He's one who knows the ledge of his knowledge. And that's why the king, he knows the ledge of his knowledge. See, for his word is life. His word is life. In the beginning was the word, and the word is life. That's the only true king there is. So, the king must knowledge the knowledge of his kingdom. The king must knowledge of his kingdom. Everything's related. The king must knowledge of his kingdom, so that he can shine his wisdom out to his kingdom. So everything can be wise. Everything can be his rules and regulations. It can be love, peace, and happiness. So everything, the king keeps that order. So everything's wise and just. In the kingdom. It's already almost 5 minutes. That's why you don't change none of these lessons. Stick with me. Just get your understanding. Put your mathematical theology. These numbers, They're here for a reason. Now we're gonna take to today's degree, the knowledge, the one to one, in the actual facts. Knowledge degree in the actual facts. All right. 1,760 yards equal 1 mile. 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. There's that one again. That knowledge and knowledge. That 1 mile in yards, that 1 mile in feet. That knowledge. Today's degree. Mathematics don't lie. Now get your mathematical theology up. You understand that mathematical theology. Then you won't be talking about, we need to change the degrees, and change the numbers. Nah, God. You need to get your understanding up. Got to grow your understanding. So yeah, we talking about today's degree. That's your facts. 1,760 yards equal 1 mile. 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. And one's again, that knowledge. So now, you remember, so long ago, Jesus said something in the Bible. The Bible said Jesus said, remember, the symbolism. One forced you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles, something like that. Someone forced you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles. See, we're doing miles again. That 1 mile and 2 miles. That's what the Bible is. When someone's supposed to go 1 mile, go 2 miles, something like that. I know it's in Matthew, somewhere in Matthew. I ain't looked this up in a long time. I'm just going off cap. I got everything on cap. Everything's on cap. You know what I'm saying? I can go, I go to the box or whatever. I don't need to take my lesson. I got them. They all up here. So I can write them out for you. We don't do the reading like some of these be reading degrees and all this. Now I forgot. So yeah, that's what Jesus said. So before you go 1 mile, go 2 miles. And we still talking about these miles, all these degrees. We talking about numbers and measurements and time. The clock. And we talking about go this mile. We talking about really just walk a mile in God's shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in God's shoes. Go the extra mile. It says go the extra mile. Walk a mile in God's shoes. I'll come back to that in a second. Because, again, we going to go with the one. We talking about knowledge. What's the knowledge degree in the 1 to 40 in Law 3 Cipher? What's the knowledge degree in the 1 to 40? Law 3 Cipher. Who made the Holy Quran about how long we talk about Islam news history at 25,000 years? The original man was lost premium back, man. We don't go on hard. The original man was lost premium back, man. Makes the Holy Quran about the Quran was found 25,000 out there years for days right. They said all wildness, everything right is that planet, everything homeless, past 25,000 miles comfort there for a while, man. These black men history Quran equals home comfort. A year to every mile. A year to every mile. That's every time that's 25,000 years used for another 25,000. A year to every mile. So they go that mile again. A year to every mile. Still building this mile, walking a mile in God's suit. We talking about a year to every mile. We just talking about I don't want to do way too much though. We talking about keeping in tune with today's reality. Today's what's going on. Today's mathematics. Keeping in tune with today's reality, so you're not being left behind. We talking about walk a year to every mile. So we talking about time, we talking about measurements. A year to every mile, They said 1,000 years God like 1 day, 1,000 years God like 1 day. 25,000 a great year and renewing your history. So who made the Holy Quran Bible? How long we talk about Islam news history? Every 25,000 years. Hence the original man was people black man information. It's the Holy Quran Bible. The Quran was expired here 25,000, 9,000, 8 years from the day of this writing. The Nation of Islam is all wild and there's everything right in that, even though we just made an error after he said that. 9,080, it's really 9,980, but then we said next time, it's all wild. I've always thought that was funny though. Made an error, we said. Corrected though, and I think I'll say it as well or something like that. Years later in Theology of Time, whatever. 9,980, but it's 9,080. right after these nations are all wild and there's everything right and say, even though we just made an error. So they say, this is very near correct. Very near correct. So, and everything right, the planet Earth is home is possibly 25,000 miles of comfort. Therefore, the wise man, the East black man, makes history crying equals home comfort. A year to every mile. Look at that mile again. So every time it's for that 25,000, you need for another 25,000. See, mathematics, you don't change these degrees. All right, so bomb. You don't change them. You just get your understanding up of this mathematical theology. You know, and mathematical theology is mathematics of you. We mathematics, you know, universe math, everything mathematics. It's our foundation, supreme mathematics. Don't lie. And all this don't keep in tune with today's reality. That year to every mile. You know, so yeah, so we go back to and that's what this you know, we talking about 1,760 yards equal my 5,208 feet equal 1 mile. That's that knowledge again. We walking that mile in God's shoes. You know, walk a mile in my shoes and God, that righteousness. You know, we just trying to be. That's all this knowledge self is. Just trying to be the best you. Trying to be a supreme self. You know, manifest your supreme self, that growth and development. So as knowledge self is. We get a lot of us start getting religious and spooky with it. And these lessons are a lot like the Bible. You know, a lot of us did them like that for a reason. A lot of us did the lessons like this for a reason. You know, back in 1934, he didn't want to go too much, spook them too much. So he said, you know, let me just, you know, there's a lot of symbolism in the lessons, a lot of, a lot of symbolism in the lessons. You know, you gotta understand, just like the Bible. You know, if you understand, you literally translate the Bible, you lost. You believe in all this supernatural spook stuff, mystery stuff. Same thing with the lessons. You know, a lot of us get religious with these lessons. You know, so anyway, see, if we talking about that knowledge, that king, that knowledge, that wisdom, that king, the miles, you know, walking the mile in God's shoes. That's what this what now 1,700. This mathematics don't lie. 1,760 born 14. Right? 14. Right? 1,760 born 14. 76, 31, 14. Who is the 85%? Who is the 85%? These lessons don't lie. You don't change nothing. 1,760 yards. That point's 14. Who is the 85%? 5,280. Born's 15. Who is the 10%? 1,760 born's 14. Who's the 85%? 5,280. Born's 15. Who is the 10%? What do both need to do? Both need to walk a mile in God's shoes. They need to go the extra mile. And walk a mile in God's shoes. That's what they need to do. Like what Jesus said in the Bible. I don't even say your Bible because it's out, but who made the Holy come out about? He made the Holy come out about. No. So that's what, that's the knowledge. And mathematics don't lie. No. 1,760 born 14. Who is the 85%? 5,280 born 15. Who is the 10%? Both need to walk a mile in God's shoes. Well, this kind of was almost 14 minutes already. So, see, everything's related to the supreme mathematics, supreme alphabet, wisdom. It's all related. There's something else I wanted to add on to 14, because when see, they both need to walk a mile in God's shoes. That's why we're talking about this knowledge. So when they acknowledge the king's wisdom, see how when they walk a mile in God's shoes, go the extra mile, acknowledge the king's wisdom, then we get that kingdom of love, peace, and happiness. You know? Mathematics don't lie, God. All day supreme mathematics, knowledge, all be more than wisdom, say supreme alphabet, is king, God's the only true king there is. Praise supreme, say degree is the knowledge degree, actual facts. That's why lessons the way they are. 1,760 yards equal 1 mile, 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. A mile. Talking about these miles, you're giving that knowledge degree in law free cipher. A year to every mile. Yeah, every mile, but Jesus said in that Bible. You know, the Bible's won't force you to go 1 mile, you go 2 miles. Mathematics don't lie. Just get your mathematical theology up. Get your understanding up, all right? I'm going to leave it this almost 16 minutes. Peace.